Well, hello Bame Farm fans. We're back here at the grain truck in the hoop barn with something, let's say, sort of rare, sort of not rare, I don't know. Wet beans aren't rare this year. But we've got this lovely tube with holes in it at the bottom and this red thing. It is a grain aerator and dryer made by B&W Manufacturing. And while they have their address on here, they are very hard to get in contact with. It's got a fan in it. Well, let's climb up top. We got our trusty bar to go through the hole to twist it in. Oh, well, they feel like beans. I don't think so. I mean, they feel cold as deep as I can get in my hand. Not quite to the elbow. My hand isn't quite a good grain probe. Ooh. Oh, I'm just going to put it in sort of at an angle in the center. Because we got the roof in the way. I think it's too tall. It's conical. We have kind of some, let's say, auger type flighting. Yeah, I'm hitting the roof. I'll try to do it this way. It's going in, sort of. Man, this could take a while. Okay, time for our leverage device. Good size. Just kind of grab this from the scrap pile. Our hex shaft seems to work okay. No, I'm deciding, I guess this is okay placement. Or should I try to start more at the corner and work?
No, just get the center and then you can always move it out.
Well, if we go to a Wilmington or we go to Buckley's, since they just swipe the bucket, all we gotta do is have the back half dry. Hopefully I don't have too much angle. I think I have this too. Okay. It gets harder the deeper you put it. No, I did not. I don't know if there's any in the... Come on, jeez. We have almost reached the bottom. It's getting incredibly hard to turn, but I would like to go a little more, just to make sure we're as deep as possible in the pile. They feel pretty good, at least as deep as I can get my hand. And that might be a foot in. We are sort of borrowing these. Sort of. We have two. Both didn't work. So we had to put a motor in it that essentially is most of the cost of buying one of these new. So, let's see how that borrow situation turns out. Now let's try that. Yeah, I think we're getting close. Still have it angled. I don't want to get it too deep. Not be able to get the fan on. So there's that. We'll get some beans to see how dry they might be. Who knows if getting on the top is real scientific. Okay. Guess I'm ready for the fan. This is supposed to fit inside.
Yep.
The thing they did with the duct tape was like close off the holes.
Yes.
Oh. And these are set up to pool air. So I'll be pulling air through the pile of grain. Kind of walk it in. I think we've bottomed out. I don't know, maybe I could have taken it in a couple more inches. Do I really need to wrap it, or can I just put a piece over the hole?
I'd say wrap it.
Oh.
We're sitting at an angle.
Yeah?
Just from accidentally rattling out.
Oh, you want me to tape the top to the bottom?
Just make a wrap around the seam.
Yeah.
And a wrap around the hole.
Okay. You can see duct tape has been a common theme with this contraption. Try to seal it up. Maintain our little bit of airflow. I mean, it's not a giant fan. It's a 12-inch fan, but it's only a 1/12 horse motor. So it's not a power user by any means. And if power means work, it can do. Well, 1/12 horsepower is about as good as your pinky. Okay, everything's, I guess, all taped up. Oh, magic moment. Give it the power. I think I got the screen on a little too tight. Trying to push it on. Got a hammer or something. It's hitting right there. Need to pop this one side off. Okay, we have a square enough edge, just something to sit on the lip of the cover ring. Okay, we have a little bit of clearance. Did you put that fan? Okay, there is room to go down with it if we have to on that shaft.
Yeah.
I don't know if you measured on the old one how much clearance there was between.
I was trying to put it in the same spot.
Okay. Yeah.
The studs on the motor were different lengths.
Yeah, they were really long.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the magic moment. Let's try this again. As we can see by all the fuzz flying, it's moving air. It smells kind of beany. Shouldn't smell like anything else. Now, I came across some old literature on one of these contraptions, and they claim you can aerate 5,000 bushels of grain. It didn't say how fast or how effectively, whether it was, if that was drying it down or just cooling after, you know, a flame dryer, if you could effectively run this thing for like a month straight and take a few points out of a pile of corn. Now, the way we have it angled, you're going to be pulling most of our air down towards the back. We'll see how it's drawing and maybe eventually turn it around and aim for the front of the load. For whatever it's worth, it's cool air coming out. It's not warm. Yeah. Yeah, the fan there is about the size of the vent fan. If you've seen the germ room videos about the vent fan setup, about about the same size. You can feel the pile of beans vibrating. Well, I mean, you know, real small wave. Well, folks, we'll come back in a while, who knows when, and we'll check moisture again and see how it's doing. It's got to be better than nothing, at least until we can get the beans to the elevator. We're kind of, it's Christmas Eve. Of course, we know we harvested these 12 days ago and finally just got a fan in them. But, you know, in this holiday time period, there's plenty of other stuff to do, like family, mainly family. Have maybe a slight vacation since, you know, we can't harvest anyways. It's too wet. We won't have good frozen weather. So yeah, there's going to be a slight delay. Have a normal life for a short bit, and then you know, we'll get back to that daily messy, muddy grind. Well, I just tested the beans cold. Looks like 18 if we can all read that. We have them sitting in the house to warm them up. Usually when you add a little bit of heat to these guys, well, somehow they gain relative moisture. All has to do with temperature and, we'll say, holding capacity of the bean for moisture. Oh boy, so yeah, let's let it warm up some.